Hey there, my name's Luke and welcome to the video. Today we are talking about keeping our mouth shut while talking, which is definitely a paradox of its own. But what I'm starting to realize is that no, you shouldn't lie in life, but maybe shut your trap, maybe listen. And don't get me wrong, I'm a good listener, right? Outside of these videos, I do not be yapping. I do not be yapping to anybody. Actually, I find it very difficult to speak to people. And one of the reasons I started making these videos was so that I would have better opportunity and more words to say when actually talking to someone. Now, my question is how do I learn how to be better at speaking, but also be better at listening? And the thing is it's not just about talking. It's not just about, saying a bunch of words. It's about truly having a tangible and concise and consistent thought. It's one complete sentence that you only have to say once with no possibility for error. That is what we're looking for here. That is what we're striving for. There is no, maybe this, maybe that, maybe something else. It don't matter. You say one sentence, and whatever they say, whatever they didn't hear, doesn't matter. Only this. You're only hearing this. Real talk, though. Hang on, let me just check. So, that is fascinating because I think what I've been learning recently is that I don't talk enough and I talk too much at the same time. The paradox of this. I'm trying to find balance. Balance is so important in life in terms of ideology, religious values, your perception of the world around you, your greed, your hunger, your ambitions. Everything must come down to balance. If you are balanced in every aspect, you are perfect. You are normal. That is impossible. You can never be perfect in every aspect of your life. To be excelling in one is to give up another. You cannot be the most perfect individual ever. However, you can be striving for it, and you can have focuses in your life that mean something to you, that have value to you. So, one of which is don't die. So be healthy. That means get outside, get your steps in, because as soon as you stop moving, your body crumbles. So you have to constantly keep moving, whether that's, getting your steps in, going on a jog, running, whatever, or even, trying to build muscle, try to retain muscle and also stronger bones. That means that you've got to lift weights. That means you've got to really put in the work in the gym or whatever. At the most basic level, you need to keep your body moving, all right? Keep them joints moving. Now, the thing is I wish I had my water. So, beyond that, what else is there? Well, you need to have a good diet, right? You got to fuel your body. That means you're not eating garbage all the time. That means you're not drinking a ton of alcohol. That means you're staying away from hard drugs and stuff, ingesting or injecting. None of that, right? You want a clean and healthy diet with all of your micronutrients and macronutrients. That's healthy fats, healthy carbs, healthy proteins. And then on the micronutrient side, you're eating your eggs, your dairy, your beef or chicken or whatever. You're getting your protein in. And hopefully your protein has enough vitamins in it. You're getting your greens in. You're getting your vegetables in, your fruits, etc. Right? So, my thing is right now is that beyond that, what is my values? What is the meaning of life, right? That's what we're trying to look at. And I've tried to associate, and this is the problem that I had, is I attributed that life is meaningless and we have to make meaning, which is true. I believe that. If hypothetically, if God does or does not exist, either way, I know that if heaven exists, I need to be a decent person, don't be terrible, achieve joy for myself and hopefully achieve joy for others, don't hurt others, try to help others and help myself. Okay, so just helping yourself and others in general can kind of cover a lot of religious values. At the end of the day, do not cause pain to others on purpose. And then from there, you go into forgiveness with Jesus or God or whatever. So it's all about belief in that higher power. Okay, but what goes beyond that? And I thought, well, not just your, providing happiness to yourself and others, it's about forming connections with those people. Not just having fun, but truly connecting. But recently I understood that the one thing that I was searching for in life, it didn't really matter, right? The one thing that I was like, yeah, love, connection, relationship, at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. And when you really think about it, how many people have been married for like 40 years? Divorce, cheat, gone. So I'm starting to realize that you can't just rely on that as your motivation for life or your discipline for life. You can't use love as a foundation for your being. First of all, you're going to get your heart broken and shattered. So you can't rely on that. You can't rely on other people for your happiness. You got to rely on you. And I think that for men at least, specifically, but I would say women as well, is that ambition, drive, fire, the flame within your soul that pushes you to make money, pushes you to achieve great things, pushes you to go out of your comfort zone and go do fun stuff and try new things and meet new people and try to build connections with people. It's the pursuit of those things that keeps us yearning for more. The pursuit of learning, the pursuit of more is what provides value to your life. That's what truly matters. Now, I'm just trying to rationalize and figure out what all of this means. And that means that my ambitions need to go higher. I can't believe I let myself get distracted this long. When I was 16 to 18 years old, it was 65 hours a week working, 3 different jobs. I don't know how I made that happen. And then I was doing dual enrollment with college and high school, all of this stuff. And I still somehow fit a relationship in there that was very short-lived, but it fit. It was working. I got some B's and C's, but everything was working. And paid myself through college with it. No scholarships. I just owned it. And I was so busy, and I loved it. But now, I'm working 40 hours a week. I get off at 3:30. Jeez, I've been out for 3 hours. What a waste of time. And, I'm just kind of figuring things out, man. Like right now, my routine in the morning, 6 to 6:30, taking a shower, whatever, getting ready for work, go to work, come home, it's 4 o'clock, Then I've got 6 hours till 10. What am I doing? It's a dangerous world we live in. Get your heart broken, get your heart stabbed, get yourself shot in the hood. Don't be doing none of that. Gotta be cautious. I've been very vigilant lately. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. I've been very vigilant lately. And I think because of that is because I feel like I've been lied to recently. I won't go into the details. You probably heard them about 1,000 times. Now you're sick of them. My bad. But I am trying to rationalize my life and try to trust myself again. I feel like I don't even trust my own thoughts anymore because I thought I anticipated everything. And I was kind of blindsided by this. And that doesn't happen to me. And one of those things that I've learned is don't overshare so much. I think with these videos, don't get me wrong, I overshare sometimes, but not to any high, like, really bad degree. Actually, most of my oversharing was because of this one-on-one with this person, oversharing over text. And that's a problem. You shouldn't be doing that. So, my next step from there would be to stop oversharing over text, stop oversharing in person, and start doing something that I have always done to a degree, but it's giving half the truth. I'm not lying, I'm just withholding information for them to ask more questions. This is a great conversational skill. If you tell somebody a whole story and it's about 5 minutes long, but you didn't ask them or give them an out to another story, and you just went on this whole monologue, this person tunes you out. They don't care. But if you slowly piece out the story by 30 seconds to a minute at a time, and they go, really? And then what happened? Really? What else happened? Then you can keep sharing your story. However, in a position where you have a friend that is close to you but not that close, and even if they are a close friend, you need to watch yourself. And especially with a relationship or a friendship in that kind of context, you need to withhold information. It's not lying, it's not withholding the truth. It's about withholding information so that you can add on to that story more later. And that's the thing we're looking into, is how do I say something and then when asked, provide more information. Don't get me wrong, if there's something you need to tell someone, you need to tell them. And you should know within your own morality and morals and values that yes, this is something that I need to volunteer to this person, not wait to be asked about. There's a difference there. But I'm starting to realize that you can't just go around spewing stuff. A lot of my jokes get a little bit too close, all right? They push people's buttons, they open myself up for attack, and I'm starting to realize that I need to pull that down. I hate customer service jokes. I hate those corpo jokes that everyone says. Oh, really? That's so funny. My goldfish ate 3 scoops of food this morning. Oh my gosh! No, I'm not doing that. But maybe I need to start evening that out a little bit more. My jokes get a little bit too consistent on someone. I really dive deep, and that's the problem. I'm doing a psych eval on everybody I talk to. It's in the eyes, you know? I am reading into who this person is. And some people get a little freaked out over that. They don't like that. You can't go around lasering into everybody. When you start pushing their buttons, even though it's a joke, you're cutting deep into a person, and it's not cool, and no one likes it. And inevitably, they cut back. Either they shelter their heart to you, they shelter their emotions because you'll make fun of them. You make jokes that cut a little bit too harshly. Or you open yourself up because you made a joke about yourself that was self-deprecating, and now you have that opening. And you can take it directly as of today, but indirectly, if you see a bunch of openings around someone over the course of time and you keep doing self-deprecating humor, eventually you're going to destroy your reputation. And in this world, your reputation is everything. Everything stems from your reputation and status. whether that's your resume, whether that's your social resume, whether that's your Instagram with the photos that you have on there, whether it's your friends, your coworkers, or whatever. Everything comes down to that. And to negate the value of your status in relationships with others and connections with others, to ignore that is to destroy who you are. You don't want to be doing that. That's really the best advice I could give. Is protect your reputation. Because I know a couple guys and a couple girls. Take for example this. Doesn't matter the sex. If you go around and sleep with 100 people and everybody knows that you did that, you are now the 100-person body count. Ugh! Gross. Let's say you do something else. Let's say you creep out somebody. Whether you're male or female, you creep out someone of the opposite sex or the same sex, and you go, hey baby, hey baby boy, hey baby girl, you cute, you know? Give me them digits, you looking fine today. And you say that to a coworker, and then another one, and another one. Now that's 3. But those 2 are friends, and now you got to report at HR because you're the weird guy that be hitting on every single person that you want to hang out with at work. Now you're that guy. Now everyone be like, ugh, gross. Screws up your friendships, your relationships, potentially opens you up for divorce if you're married, which you are. Hint, hint. You know who I'm talking about. All right? So, what is your other, how about for me? I make jokes too much. Don't get me wrong, I'm super serious most of the time, but also some other times I make too many jokes, and my jokes cut too deep at my bosses, at my coworkers, or whatever, and it messes up my relationships and connections and coworkers and reputation, and all of that needs to be closed up. Cat's already out of the bag. They know who I am now. Gotta move jobs, you know? Nothing crazy, nothing fireable, but now I know, I understand now that jokes don't really fly in general. A lot of people can forgive, a lot of people can forget, a lot of people can see that they're just jokes and it's not a big deal. But in terms of your career and friendships, you kind of need to think about that stuff. And that's sad because, you know, we're humans. You know, we make mistakes. And we say some things sometimes that we probably shouldn't have said. It doesn't mean we're bad people. We should be able to express how we feel openly. But that's not the world we live in. So think about what you're about to say before you say it. And also just think first. Because when you ain't thinking, you ain't doing it right. Anyways, had a great little thrift day. Got me some button downs that I needed. I already got my jacket. I was hoping to find another jacket, but I couldn't find nothing. There's some blazers there. You could definitely snag some blazers. Got me some more dress pants because your boy got some broken ones. And then what else was there? I got some jeans finally, man. I've been waiting for some jeans forever. Finally got some of those. So that's good. A little Tyler Durden type vibe going on. So that'll be interesting. And yeah, I've been working out a little bit. Need to work out some more. Need to get this protein up too, man. I got some chicken in the fridge. About to cook that up. That'll be good. I think my eyes are a little bloodshot still, so that's nice. I think it might be a vitamin deficiency or the fact that my eyes have been like wide open at a computer screen. I need some like UV light glasses or something. I'll have to start bringing those to work again. But anyways, yeah, that's how life's been for me. Been chilling, working on this house stuff. Man, it's exhausting. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I've been writing a bunch of sticky notes of points for videos and stuff. Really, this is just surface level. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.